What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to check out the 2018 Honda Civic SI sedan. This is the four-door version. It's a 1.5 liter turbo, has 205 horsepower, 192 torque. Without further ado, let's get into it and check out everything this vehicle has to offer. These are your big 18-inch alloy wheels. These tires that come standard on it are Goodyear. They are 235/40 R18. You can get it with the high performance tires. These are just the all-season tires that come standard with the vehicle. Over here you do have the push button start and the smart key, so you can just lock it right here or grab the handle to unlock it. The vehicle does get 28 miles per gallon in the city and 38 on the highway. And again, it's 205 horsepower, 192 torque, and it's a 1.5 liter turbocharged engine. You have the nice single mounted exhaust back here, which has a very nice exhaust note to it. Backup camera right there, and the rear wing, which again is standard all the way across here with your third brake light right there. And coming back over to the right side, you have your lock button here again, grab the handle to unlock it, and then over here is your Honda Lane Watch camera, which is standard on the vehicle, and then you can just flip your blinker on to turn that on, and it's going to show you the whole right side of the vehicle. Sunroof is standard, and then you have your fog lights down below with your black finished front and the SI badge right there. Specific for the SI model in the coupe and the sedan, you'll have your speaker up here. This one does have an amplifier that comes with it, and then you have your leather steering wheel and leather shift knob over there, soft to the touch with the red stitching as well. You'll also notice you have the SI badge on both seats with the thicker bolsters to hold you in place. This is a 6-way manual seat and then a 4-way manual seat on the passenger side. Also important to note, even though everybody loves the car for its power and its speed and its performance, it is still a safe car. It is a 5-star overall safety rated vehicle. Even though it's a performance vehicle, this one being a 4-door, you can fit all of your friends in the vehicle, and they all have plenty of room back here. In the back, you're just going to grab this handle here. Trunk's going to lift up. You have 60/40 split seats in the trunk. There's all my junk back there. You have tons of space in this trunk. Pull this lever here. That's going to unlock the back seat here. And then you're just going to pull that down and they both go down. Again, 60/40 split. With the 4-door, you have tons of space and you can have fun at the same time. It's a little bit more of an ideal practical vehicle. But again, the coupe is fun and it is offered as well. Down here, you're going to have your sport pedals, which are specific for the SI model. And then coming right over here, down below, you're going to have your USB port and power outlet down there. And that's the USB port that powers your Apple CarPlay, which is pretty common now in all the newer Hondas with the newer interface. So on the Civic SI, they're going to include the Honda Lane Watch camera, which is standard on a lot of the 2017 models. If you flip your right blinker on, you'll notice that your camera comes on for the whole right side of the car. Also, you can hit this little button over here, and then you're going to have the same camera come on, and it will stay on until you turn it off instead of having to wait for the blinker for it to turn on. Over here is your touch screen, which looks pretty familiar if you've been looking at other Hondas. You have your audio, info, Honda Link, phone, settings, and smartphone connection. The smartphone connection will be either Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, depending on which phone you have. And then down below here, you'll have your climate control. It is digital. You'll see your temperatures in the top corners right there and there. And then you're going to have your heated seats right here. high, medium, and low on both sides, even though they're cloth, which is pretty nice. Down here, you're gonna have a little pass-through. You can feed your wires through here, so you can get to your phone charger, which is a USB port, 1.5 amp, and the power outlet down below. And then that is where you would plug in for your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Electronic parking brake, which is pretty neat. It takes a little getting used to with a manual transmission. And then this is your sport mode button here. When you click sport mode, you'll notice that everything turns red in the dash, and it tells you what's changing as far as engine performance, steering, and suspension. And it definitely does feel a little bit tighter and different going around turns at higher rates of speed. So it makes it a little bit more fun, or you can kind of take it off, go back to normal mode, and then just kind of cruise around, and it would feel more like a normal Civic. Still gonna have a little bit more power though. In the center here, you have a digital speedometer. It's gonna light up red when you put it into sport mode and show you what changes, and then take it off. And then you can also hit the info button on your steering wheel, and one setting will be when to shift. The next one will be your turbo monitor. You have a G-force monitor, which works very accurately. And then over here you have your stopwatch, your fuel consumption, your maintenance and your oil life that's left, and your music. And then when you're in your music, over here you can hit the up and down arrow on your steering wheel, cycle through your sources, and then the left and right will cycle through your favorite radio stations. Hit the info button again, scroll over to your phone so you know who you're on the phone with or who's calling you. This is how you would change it from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. And then back over here is your info, so it'll tell you how to start the car, if your seatbelt's not on, or other little things like that. When you put the vehicle in reverse all the way over and down, you'll notice your backup camera comes up automatically, and you're going to have your 3 different views, like normal for Honda. You're going to have your wide angle, normal, and top down. This is more vertical, looking straight past your bumper. You'll notice you have a sunroof, which is standard for the SI. Just click that, and it opens all the way. Click it again to close it. And then you can also push up on that same button there, and it's gonna tilt it to air it out. So I have it in normal mode right now, but I'm going around a street with a lot of corners on it. So I'm gonna test the handling. I'm gonna put it into sport mode, and let's see how it handles. I mean, the gearbox feels really good. It feels really smooth. You can get through all 6 gears pretty easily. And in sport mode right now, I mean, this thing handles like a champ on this back road, which is hilly and has tons of corners. So one thing I have noticed is that when you are in sport mode, not only does the steering wheel and the suspension and everything kind of stiffen up on you for cornering, the shifting to me feels a little bit different as far as like the gearbox goes. I don't know if that's really something that changes, but I noticed just like around first, second, and third gear is that it feels a little bit tighter. But I mean, this thing is definitely, for a 1.5 liter turbo, it's definitely quick. A nice feature that the car has is, you know, for people who aren't new to or who aren't used to shifting gears all that often, that want a sports car, this has an option in the center screen here, and it's going to have almost like an orange, yellow, and red light pattern, and it's going to tell you kind of when to shift gears based on what the engine is doing. So that's fun. You can kind of look down at that, or just listen to the engine and figure out when to shift. But the car definitely throws you back in the seat when that turbo kicks in. Softer. It's nice for your day-to-day driving if you don't want to get crazy. I like to just have it in sport mode all the time. I like that little bit of a stiffer feel in the suspension and the steering wheel. You may not. That's why they kind of give you both options. But either way, the car is fun. I mean, like I said, it drives really smooth. It responds